Namaskaram. My name is Ramesh Natarajan, and you have reached the GRD Iyers GuruCool School of Spiritual Studies. We are an inclusive group and specially encourage women to chant and take part in Sanatana Dharma rituals. If you wish to join our team, you're most welcome. You must have an inclusive mindset and support women empowerment. If you do have that mindset, kindly visit our website www.grdiyers.com, grdiyers.com, and at the bottom of the homepage you'll find a section called Joining Us. Please follow the guidelines there. You can write to me at my email grdiyersgurucool@gmail.com. Dear friends, ever since the publication of our videos on how to set up a kalasham and perform punyahavachanam, I have been receiving a lot of requests to share on how to perform a puja. With Devi's grace, I will try my best to explain the puja vidhi or puja process, including sharing some important insights and pramanam or evidence for the performance of these steps. This is the first of the series in a series of puja videos called GRD Iyers Puja series, and will have 18 videos. This is the first one titled as GRD Iyers Puja Series 01 Why Puja. The second video will be an introduction to the Shodashopachara Puja, or the puja having 16 steps. From video number 3 to video number 18, I'll take you through the 16 steps in detail. This will include also explaining the inner meaning of the 16 steps as per Bhavanopanishad. This puja series will extend further to videos on how to perform various pujas like Ganapati Puja, Devi Puja, Rudra Puja, etc. As such, always search for or look up on our YouTube playlist of videos called GRD Iyers Puja series. We will now focus on an introduction to the very common question. What is a puja? Why should I perform it? How long does a puja take? Can it be performed by anyone? So on and so forth. A puja means worshipping a deity or devata. It can be done in a very simple way or a very detailed manner, and this depends on the knowledge of the worshipper and the time available for them. It can be performed by anyone who is on the spiritual path. While orthodox people or those with a narrow mindset may have poisonous views, we will steer clear of such polluters of our Sanatana Dharma and focus only on our learning and doing the right thing. Let us understand the meaning of the word upachara. Upachara means the service offered to a deity. A minimum of 5 upacharas or services has been recommended, while a more formal one is that of 16 upacharas. A slightly more elaborate one is that of 32 upacharas. The ultimate is a 64-step upachara puja, and that is only for the worship of Sri Lalita Mahatripura Sundari, as mandated and can be seen from Namavali number 235 in Sri Lalita Sahasranamam called Chatushashtyupacharadhyaya Namaha. Performing a puja is pure Dvaitam. Dvaitam literally means two, or taking the spiritual approach that I and the supreme divinity are two different entities. Dvaitam is also referred to as Saguna worship, or worshipping a deity with attributes. For example, Durga Devi has a specific form. She carries weapons, rides a lion, etc. Lord Shiva rides a bull, has a Trishulam, has a snake called Vasuki around his neck, and the river Ganga flows from his matted locks, and he has smeared ashes all over his body. Now let us understand as to what is Advaitam in very simple terms. The ultimate goal of all Smartas, who are the followers of the teachings of Sri Adi Shankaracharya, as well as the followers of Tantra Margam, is Advaitam, or the concept of one, that is, taking the spiritual approach that I and the supreme divinity are but one and the same entity. Advaitam is worship of a divinity without attributes, that is, worship without a form, and is popularly described by the qualities of omnipresence, omnipotence, and omniscience. When we describe something, it means we know what it is. That is very limiting when applied to the Supreme Divine. When we realize that all that is around us, including us, is nothing but a manifestation of the Supreme Divine, then physical forms and descriptions appear so limiting. The various Namavalis, including the Sahasranamam or 1,000 names of any deity, is but to prove the point that even 1,000 names are insufficient to describe the infiniteness of the Supreme Divine. Advaitam, therefore, my friends, is a very high philosophy where all differences are dissolved and we understand that we are nothing but an element of the whole universe and are inseparable and one with the Supreme Divine. Our body is called the Pindandam and the universe is called the Brahmandam, and our body is but a reflection of the cosmos and has all the components that this cosmos has. Therefore, intense sadhana techniques including mantra japam, pujas, homams, meditation, etc., we can realize this. More on this later when we take up advanced classes. The goal for every Sanatana Dharma believing in the teachings of Sri Adi Shankaracharya and Advaitam is to proceed from Dvaitam to Advaitam, or for Sagunam to Nirgunam, or in other words, from the form to the formless. Performance of a puja is pure Dvaitam. However, if Advaitam is the ultimate goal, then the puja is but a means to realize the ultimate goal of Advaitam. This means that the performance of puja, etc., will gradually and naturally stop at a very advanced spiritual stage of the worshipper, as he or she realizes that the divine is but within oneself. This stage is not easily attained by normal people like us. Only great people can attain this. But then their spiritual progress must have matured our previous lives, and we should keep that in mind. There is no shortcut to Advaitam. Only Tivra Dvaitvam or intense worship can lead us to the ultimate goal of Advaitam. Sri Adi Shankaracharya gave us a concept of Ishta Devata or the deity of your choice. He advised us to choose one deity and worship that deity intensely, who ultimately will reveal the truth that there is no difference between that deity and other deities. To understand this theory, let me give a simple example and start with our own mother. Worship of our own mother is important for us to understand the concept of motherhood. Our mother has unique features, likes and dislikes, but has a universal motherly nature that you can see in other mothers too. We generally do what our mother likes and avoid doing things that she does not like. This is but worship of our own mother. She in turn gives us a love and affection. Slowly over time, we notice that all other mothers have the same nature as our own mother, though their forms may be different. Soon we begin to notice that even animal mothers have the same nature of caring for their young. Then we spiritually advance further to notice that we have Mother Nature all around us who is sustaining us. Therefore, by worshipping our own mother, we discover the all-pervading nature of universal motherliness. The love for our own mother has now expanded to cover love for the all-pervading motherliness of this universe. This is an analogy to explain progress of Dvaitam to Advaitam, from our mother to understanding motherliness. The worship of a form has led to the understanding and worship of the formless. Another simple example is as to how we were taught to read and write alphabets and numbers in our nursery school. The big alphabets written on the board and the loud repetition enabled us in higher classes or higher grades to easily form words and understand sentences, or math for that example. The blackboard and chalk are no longer in our mind, but the foundational learning helped us to advance towards higher studies. Now that we have understood as to why Tivra Dvaitam is necessary for attaining Advaitam, what are the ways of pursuing Tivra Dvaitam? This includes puja, homam, recitation of stotrams, etc. With this, we conclude our video number 1 in the Puja series of videos. We hope that you enjoyed it, and we're looking forward to the next video, which will be video number 2 in this Puja series, and which will provide an introduction to the Shodashopachara Puja Vidhi. In the succeeding video series from 3 to 18, each video will elaborate on a particular step and with the full inner meaning as per the sutras from Bhavanopanishad. Namaskaram.